Hey everyone, hope you've had an absolutely fantastic week. Now, last year, you may remember I got sent these Motion Ride E18 forks to try out. Now, yeah, they didn't turn out so well. I actually thought they were great, but the bushings in them ended up getting so much friction that the forks kind of became a bit unusable. Now, Motion were great. They were happy that I was honest. They still wanted me to put out the video unedited. They didn't want me to change anything I said. What they did ask was for me to send the forks back and they would upgrade them with new bearings rather than bushings, and I think they've also played with the damper. So, as you can guess, I have now got the forks here and I'm going to try out the upgrades. Yo, that was Danny interrupting. Now, I did do a complete unboxing video with these forks where I explained why linkage forks. I explained all the features this thing has, like the axle, how it works, stuff like that. So if you want to know exactly what the advantages are of a linkage fork and why and how this thing works, then I'll put a video up near the top that you guys can check out rather than me going over it all again here. Now, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, I'm pitting these forks up against the forks I've had for the last year, my MRP Ribbon Coils. And I think they're actually a pretty good fork to compare these to. They're both sprung by a spring, although they are done in a slightly different way. They're both 170mm travel. They're both pretty much exactly the same weight. So yeah, it should be a good comparison. I decided to book a day with adrenaline uplifts over at Innerleithen. That way I can get multiple back-to-back runs. I'm not going to knacker myself out, even though I did anyway, and I can get plenty of runs in and really get to know the trail and really get to know the forks. So I went and did that this last weekend, and absolutely brilliant fun. I went and spent all day going down the Matador, which is the main downhill track at Innerleithen. It's the track that held the last Scottish Downhill Nationals there, and it is a great track to test forks. It is steep, super steep in places. It has plenty of braking bumps. It has big drops, and yeah, everything you want to know about a fork is probably going to get tested on that trail. Before I hand you over to me from a couple of days ago, just to let you know, my riding weight is, with all my camera gear, my helmet, pads, around 78 kilos. So bear that in mind in this test. If you weigh more than me, because these forks don't have alternative springs you can fasten to them, you may have different performances. And before I sent it up the hill, I made sure the sag settings were all about 25 to 30%, and it was set up to my preferences. So without further ado, let's go back to the weekend and see which fork is faster and which one I prefer. Okay, so I have had one run down here already. That was actually my first ever complete run top to bottom on the Matador. I'm going to film this one properly and see how we get on. Now, I may still get lost, or there might be some little shortcuts or general things. So if this one goes wrong, I'll record the next one, but I'm curious to see how we get on. It's pretty scary, but let's see how it goes. Brab, 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 brab. That start was better than last time. Okay, the guys who properly ride downhill are going to be having a laugh at watching. That really is steep. Okay, the forks, they're feeling pretty good, pretty composed. Bit nose heavy on that. Oh, there's a sneaky, this guy here, missed that last time. And have a little breather down here
I think the tractor's going to the left and the right there. I'm going to miss that out. It's great fun. Another breather for the hands. Into some jumps. I scrub those a bit. Whoa! Oh my god, that was the most horrible nosedive I've ever done. And yeah, serious arm pump that one. Jesus Christ, that almost was the worst crash I've ever had. And we're at stop. Oh my god. I'm going to take it easy on those jumps next time, just because I almost died. Okay, back up top. First run with the linkage forks. Now I am actually feeling pretty tired now, but on the plus side I do know the trail quite a lot more now, so they should even each other out a little bit. Plus it'll be interesting to see if these forks can help alleviate any kind of arm pump I'm getting, despite having done, you know, quite a few runs already. I'm probably not going to blast this one just because I don't really know how these forks are going to behave. I don't want them to kind of like buck me off stuff with this rebound. I'm going to do one run now and go, and if I need to adjust the forks at all, I'll do that afterwards, and then, you know, try and push a little bit harder next time. Cool, let's do this. See how the linkage forks cope. Oh, hit the pedal. Oh, I'm feeling I'm pretty composed. Come on, I'll take it easy. So I was going to have a chilled one. Off the brakes, rest the hands. Another rest. Pump down here. Okay, that one is a bit of a brute. Okay, still getting a bit of arm pump, but so far I'm kind of feeling more control. And stop. Well, that felt pretty good. Yeah, I'm impressed. Okay, let's go for my second run with the Motion Ride forks. I'm going to switch my Strava on again. I reckon if I get down quick enough, I can get back on the uplift and get at least one more run. So, gonna try and see if I can get a good time on this. I don't want to crash, so I'm not going to take anything too stupid. Top out on the forks. I noticed it a couple of times, but it wasn't actually as bad as I thought, but I'll get into that in more detail when I do like my final review. Other than that, I think I just need to get on my bike and go. Let's do this, come on. Go, 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 go. Right, totally in the wrong gear there. So it's not a good start. Oh man, I'm getting messy there. What's going on here? Right, I can make up for this on the rest of this track. Come on. What was that? My neck getting smashed off. Okay, a bit of a sloppy start. That's never not going to be scary. Oh, trees. Jesus. Scraped my elbow on that. Okay, we're getting a bit messy now. Keep it together. Not particularly fast through there. Breathe, get those arms back. Off the brakes. Right, don't eat crap on these jumps. That's better. So many braking bumps. Right. Oh, jeez. And stop. Oh my word. Sloppy. Felt sloppy. Okay, that's 2 runs done with the linkage forks. I was going to plan on doing 3, but the uplift only runs until 3 o'clock. So I've only got time left for one more run. And I want to put back my MRPs back on and kind of see how they feel once I've been riding these. Whether or not, you know, this anti-dive stuff is that noticeable. So this is going to be interesting. Gonna quickly swap forks, get back up, and I don't want to say one last run, but I doubt I'm gonna fit many more in, so let's do it. I'm back on the MRP Ribbon Coils. This is going to be quite a testing one, I think. Testing on my body because I'm tired. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to expect arm pump on this one, because just riding from the uplift van and then pushing up these trails, the forks, with these forks that I previously thought were super supple, feel really what's the opposite of supple? They feel really sticky compared with the linkage forks. So yeah, that's quite telling. The linkage forks are the most supple forks I've ever felt in my life. However, I think the rebound on these has a little bit more control, so will that help with this ride? Will the dive come back? Will that affect me? Who knows? Anyway, it's enough chat. Please don't crash on this one. Cool, I think I am all recording, so nothing left to it. Let's go. Oh, they actually feel pretty good so far. Oh, I messed that up a bit, but it wasn't too bad. I hate this gap. Oh. Well, they're actually feeling pretty nice. Needing to concentrate pretty hard. Oh, foot came off. Trying to readjust my foot position. Can't get that foot back on. Okay. Oh, sketchy. Trying to scrub those. I'm actually feeling my left arm begin to struggle now. Keep it going. And rest. Loose grip. The bottom bit is the biggest challenge for me for my arm pump. Whoa. Right, come on, don't crash. That's better. Try to take it a bit easy on those. Inside line. I hate this bit, my arms are dying by then. Yeah, definitely struggling. Come on. And stop. Oh my word. Yeah, definitely feeling the arms, but not actually as much as I thought. Right, I am going to go have a shower, eat some food, go home, and then let's do a final verdict on telescopic versus linkage forks. That was an awesome day. By the way, big up the adrenaline uplift. Those guys are awesome. Couldn't have done this video without them. So if you want to come and ride some of the Scottish trail centres and you don't want to ride up to the top, highly recommend booking in with these guys. Link in the description.
Welcome back everyone, hope you enjoyed the riding. I'm going to try and keep this end bit short because I know you've got stuff to do. So what did I think about the fork? Okay, so I'm going to be totally honest here because that's what I like to do with this channel. I actually did really like the fork, but this is a message to Motion. You need to sort the top out control like I said in the video, the quickest way to make a good fork feel cheap is to have it clunk and top out. So you guys really need to sort that out. The top out was really noticeable when riding, and it actually did detract from the confidence that the fork gives you in the other areas that it's good at. And speaking of the areas this fork is good at, the suspension action is actually really good. Compared with my MRPs, they are as good, possibly slightly better. Certainly the small bump sensitivity is unmatched with any fork I've ever tried in my life. The MRPs, which were previously the most supple forks I've ever tried, have now given way to these. So that is an excellent thing. I love how supple and active these forks are. And it doesn't stop at the suppleness. The forks actually feel really nice throughout all the travel. They have actually added some progression from the last forks I tried, so they sit a little higher. They don't wallow like my last ones did, and I never noticed any bottom out, despite obviously from the video footage using quite a lot of the travel. The anti-dive does work. It's more subtle than I thought it was going to be. You know, I thought I was going to be going down the steep stuff and really noticing that, you know, the front end is staying high. You can notice it, but like I said, it is subtle and it's not a game changer, but it is quite nice to have. Comparing these with my MRP ribbons, they kind of have good and bad points for each one. The MRPs have more adjustability, not much more, but you can add different weight springs, and they have ramp up control, which this doesn't. Both forks only have low speed compression and rebound control, so if you are a fork tinkerer, probably not the forks for you. Both forks tip in around 2 kilos, so they're not lightweight, but they are aimed at the enduro market. And if, like me, you're willing to sacrifice a bit of weight to try and get that suppleness, to try and get rid of arm pump, then yeah, they're not a bad weight. Now, a lot of people express concern about all the bearings and maintenance, and yeah, I can understand your concern. It's too early to tell whether the upgraded bearings are going to last, but I intend to ride the forks a bit longer, try and get some wet weather rides in, and I'll let you guys know how they cope. I'd say the MRPs are a little bit more practical than the Motions, mainly because they have a quick release axle, so you can get your wheel out without using tools, and because they're a normal telescopic design, there's a lot of mudguards out there which will fit. Build quality on both forks seems excellent. I really like how well made the Motions are. There's lots of CNC work, there's lots of carbon fiber work. The carbon wave spring is actually seriously a nice bit of kit, so yeah, nicely made forks, but the same goes for the MRPs. I've had them for a year, they've been proven, they work, and yeah, they're really well made as well. Now, the elephant in the room is the timed runs. I actually got a faster time on the MRPs than I did with these, and I was a little bit surprised by that. When I did my fastest run on the Motion forks, I actually felt like I was going faster, and I potentially was, because the time I put on the Motions, the fastest one, I actually messed up the top half of the course, and I was 2 seconds slower than the MRPs. I think that because I messed up the top half, I actually rode the second half faster. If I'd had enough time, I'd have loved to have gone and done another run and see if I can do a mistake-free one and see if I could actually get a faster time with these. As it stands, I think if I hadn't made any mistakes, they'd probably be exactly the same speed, so quite interesting. I thought there'd be a big difference, either a lot faster or a lot slower, not the same speed. At the end of the day, can I recommend these forks to people? And if I'm being brutally honest, no, I kind of can't. The main reason being the price. They're around 1,700 euros, compared with the MRPs, which I think are around 750 to 800 pounds, and I've seen second-hand pairs for like 450 pounds. Are the Motion forks worth double the price? Are you going to go double the speed? Are you going to have double the fun? No, you're not really. I think for me to actually fully recommend these forks to people, Motion really need to sort out that top out. If you've got forks this expensive, they need to work amazing. They need to work better than anything else out on the market. And actually, if they did fix the top out control, they pretty much would be some of the best performing forks out there. They're certainly super high up on my list of forks I've tried. It's just the top out that's holding them back. And that combined with, if they could get the price lower, say around £1,500 or less, then yeah, I could potentially recommend them to people if you're riding steep terrain, you want your bike to maintain a slack geometry. They are excellent, excellent forks. I want to say a massive thanks to Motion for sending me the forks. I hope you are okay with my honest review on this. I hope you can take some feedback from this as well. And yeah, like I said, I really like what you're doing as a company, thinking outside the box, trying to do your own thing. You have massive respect from me. If you can fix the top out control, I would run these forks, no question. So yeah, please, if you can sort that out, that'd be amazing. Cool, well, I'm gonna leave it there, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's probably loads of things I've missed out as usual. If you have any questions, fire them down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer those for you. And yeah, I hope you all manage to get out on your bikes, have fun, do what you want to do, and I'll catch you all next time. Oh, by the way, longer video on Patreon as usual, and if you want to learn any trials tips, that's where you can find them, and it supports this channel. So hopefully a few of you will follow me onto there. If not, I'll see the rest of you every Friday. So take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me.